Hi everyone, and welcome to Radull Live. And I hope you're enjoying all the weekend sporting action that's happening all over the world, and especially here in Kenya. Yes, the leagues are still on. I hope you have a team you support, and I hope you actually show up for your team and show that support. Today I'm wearing Fadi Omanyala. By the way, go buy Fadi's jerseys and support local athletes. Today we're going to talk about talent development, and joining me is David Magoma Onyango. Hey, Yangos and three names. Hi David, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Carol.
David, you are a former Gor Mahia player.
Yes.
But tell me how, before we come into your foundation, today we want to talk about the Sigtuna Foundation and what it's about. But before we get there, tell me about you, your career, how you started playing football, and how you decided you're going to play professionally.
Okay, thank you, Carol. First, I will congratulate you for the appointment.
Oh, don't do that.
So, this is David Magoma,
yes.
Onyango.
Yes.
I started playing in high school level, and from there, that's where the chairman of Gor Mahia, Mr. Achir, he scouted me from the high school ball games. By that time, I was 17 years old. I signed for Gor Mahia when I was minor. So
that's nice.
Yeah. So
that means you're good.
Yeah, I was good. By then, Bobby Williamson was the coach, and I came for trial. By that time, I've never even came to Nairobi. I don't know even now the city is. So I was being guided with
Ushambani.
So it was my first time in the town in Nairobi, and it was really good. So from there, I had a lot of challenges because by that time the Gor Mahia side no longer. They had Kagere, so I was never even getting.
And that's your position.
And that was my position. I was not getting more playing time. So I talked with the chairman to give me a release letter and maybe look for me a team for a loan. So from there, I went to a loan in agrochemicals for 2 years.
That's in Naivasha?
No, in Moroni.
Moroni, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
By that time, they were in NSL. So I played there for 2 years. Then when I wanted to come back, it was not possible because by that time, Olonga was there and Kagere was also there. And it was too much challenging. So from there, I went back to play a Division 1 team. That one is Transmara, Transmara Sugar. So I played there for a year, and I got an knee injury. Then I was like for 2 years down. If I'm not playing, there's nothing I'm doing, no activity I was doing. I looked for a job in Qatar as a security guard.
This is the sad story of Kenyan football.
So when I went there in Qatar, I got a job for 2 years, security guard, and I was like, that was the end of my career as a footballer. And I just sit down and think about my fellow players there at the grassroots level, because there are some people who are undergoing such kind of things. From there, I came back to Kenya, sit down, form a foundation just to promote sports and help people or grassroots players who doesn't have a chance, who no one cares about them, who can go for trials, and they not that they are bad, they are good. But you find most of our clubs, they call for trials, but they already have their players. See.
So they're just wasting your time.
So,
that's actually a really sad story. I didn't know about it because I don't know how many times I have heard that I got an injury and that was the end of my career. And yet, when we watch English Premier League here, and someone can have a bad injury, but they'll be back.
Yeah, but with me, I couldn't be back because I had no one to take me for surgery. I had no one to take me for medication. So it was, but that was not the end of life.
It's not the end of life, but it's unfortunate because if you were scouted at 17 by Rachir himself, who owns a top club, that means you were a special talent already.
Yeah.
And had your talent been nurtured properly, right now, maybe you would be the next Olunga. Maybe you'd be in Qatar playing football, not working as a security guard.
Yeah, that's true. So that's what make me to form a foundation. And I never want to be out of this industry because I've been watching you. There are some other people who inspire me. You see, I want to stay on this industry, help people achieve their dreams.
We'll get to the Sigtuna Foundation just now. When you were at Gor Mahia, what was the atmosphere like in terms of, I know you didn't really play, but in terms of how players are looked after, salary remuneration? Because 2015, when Williamson was here, that's not Kitambo, that's just the other day.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, I was calculating in my head, if you're only 17 then, you're not even 30 yet.
I'm not that yet.
So you should be at the highlight of your career right now.
Yeah.
What was the atmosphere like at Gor Mahia?
It was good. It was with me. It was okay because I was happy when I was in high school. I had a dream of playing for Tusker or Gor Mahia, FC Leopards. But when I got the opportunity and signed a contract, the life was okay. And you know, when you sign for a big club, there's something like we call that money like
signing fee.
And I was given like, I've never touched that kind of money, you know.
And you're still young.
I'm still young, you know. So the life just changed like that. You see, the life just changed like that. But now,
and which means at that point your dreams were big.
Big, yeah. My dream was big.
David, I'm feeling it. I didn't know about this in my heart when you came. Yeah. I knew about your foundation. I didn't know about your personal story, which is it's both inspiring and sad at the same time.
Yeah, sure.
So let's fast forward. So you decide it's not working for you in Qatar. Clearly,
it was not working because you know when
You're
you have when you have that spirit of football, you understand. When even if you are doing something, you'll get your phone. You want to watch football. You want to do this. So I had a problem with my boss. It was, David, oh, you don't want to work. You too much on phone. You see. Then I just decided after finishing my contract, then I came back home. Then I decided to form a foundation.
Tell me about how you formed the Sigtuna Foundation and what it's. How has it been going? And when was that? Which year was that?
It was 2020.
2020. So that's not. So that was COVID year.
Yeah, COVID year.
So that was double. What? Tell me about that time.
It was terrible because when I come back to the country, I formed the foundation. I went to the ground, recruit players because by that time, this Sigtuna name, Sigtuna is the first capital city of Stockholm. So I have friends there. So this is why when I was in high school, I had a friend there. She's called Nina. She has been supporting in sports. You know, she used to send me sport shoes, boots, things to do with sports. So this is why I came up with the name Sigtuna. So by that time of 2020, it was not easy. Traveling from Nairobi when we have an event home, it was not easy. You have to pass like over 300 roadblocks, you know. Because
of COVID.
Yeah, because of COVID. So we didn't make it. By that time is when we wanted to start this program. So
what is that?
This showcase.
Okay.
Yeah. So it didn't come well because in 2020 it was Corona time. 2021 politics, Corona, and now 2022 full politics. But now we are back now.
Now you're back. So what are the goals of the Sigtuna Foundation?
Okay, the goal of Sigtuna is to nurture the underprivileged grassroots players and link them with the top clubs in Spain, in Qatar, in Japan, because we have partners with a lot of organizations that are organizing the event for trials. So
who are your partners? Because I'm trying to put the link between this young man and a club in Spain or a club in, and I don't, at what level are the clubs? Is it first, second division, third division?
We have first division, second divisions. We partner with the showcase. We come up with the...
And who is we, apart from your partner in Sweden?
Like...
What is your setup like? Did you find like-minded Kenyan sports people?
No. They are just Swedish people.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've partnered with the showcase. The showcase is a global platform that is being done in Madrid. The showcase has partnered with the Spanish Federation, and during the events in Spain, the players that we have recruited from all over the world, they go there, they train. This being conducted in Spanish facilities, where Iniesta, people like Fabregas, where the national team of Spain do train there. So we partner with them. Yeah. So in Madrid, we do the event in that facility of Spain. But due to like Africans, last year we had an event in Spain. But most African players, they never got a chance of traveling to Spain because of visa issues. So we decided to come to Africa and do it in Africa. It's like not that quite challenging getting a visa. So we partner as well with the Egypt Ministry of Sports. So that's where we are going to conduct the event of Africans and Middle East players.
Is this a program that has been ongoing, or when did Africa become a part? And when you say Egypt, is Egypt the center for Africa?
Yeah, Egypt is now the center of Africa because we had the issue of visas traveling to Madrid. So the partners clubs, the club that we've partnered with in Spain, they send their representatives to Egypt, and they send then their.
So it's easier for them to travel this way than
to go back. So they send their scouts, and we recruit the players in Africa. After recruiting them, we take them to Cairo.
To Cairo.
Yes.
And then from Cairo, that is when, if they're scouted from there,
they go to Spain now.
They go to Spain.
Yeah,
I want us to take a short break. When we come back, I want to know because I know there's a tournament that's coming up, or is it a showcase you're calling it that's coming up? And I want to know which players have you found when you travel around the country, and is it around the country or only in Homa Bay?
Around the country.
We will come to that, how someone can be a part of your program, and what you need to get to Spain and to get to Cairo, and about that tournament as well. So that discussion is coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere. So I know you've all been enjoying the Aviator game on Betika.com or on the Betika app. Well, now Betika is taking it a step further and giving away 40 motorbikes in 40 days to 40 winners. Every Monday to Friday, you stand a chance to win. Now, what you need to do is place a stake of 50 shillings or more on the Aviator game to reach the highest odds, or fly the Aviator plane for the longest duration. Now, whoever has the biggest odds at the end of each day is automatically the winner and automatically wins. And yes, we have 14 doozies to give away in 40 days to 40 winners. Dudika na Aviator. Welcome back. This is Radull Live. I'm with David Magoma Onyango. My brother from another mother. In the first half, of course, we were talking about his career, which I still think is so sad, how injuries in this country mean the end of your sporting career, only because they don't look after players. We don't look after our athletes. The clubs don't look after the athletes. And often there's no medical insurance, which is
Yeah.
so critical
Yeah.
in a sport that where you're active. But let's get back to the Sigtuna Foundation. You're telling me that there is a showcase coming up in Cairo. Where do you scout in Kenya? Can I start there?
Yeah.
Where are you based, and where do you scout in Kenya?
With me,
Mm.
I'm not yet based anywhere, but for now, we've collaborated with the school,
With schools?
Oma Bay High School.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a preparation event whereby there are some players that we recruited during the tournaments of the Governor Gladys Wanga in Oma Bay. So the preparation event, they are going to come there for 2 weeks.
At Homa Bay
High School.
High School.
Yeah. So from there, we are going to select, because we invite everyone to come and showcase his talent, and maybe
You go around the country.
yeah,
and
yes. So our event is going to be this month, from 22nd to 7th May. That's 2 weeks, and we've allowed anybody to come, and maybe you never know, you can be part of the trip, you can be part of the team that is traveling to Cairo. So I'm also trying to talk with our local clubs, because this is what I want to initiate in Kenya here. I want to partner with Gor Mahia, these all 18 clubs that are participating in Premier League. So I want to partner with them and have a contract that when we are doing this kind of event, they can send their representatives or scouts and at least pick two players. You know, from that, if we have 18 teams and they take like 2 players in this event, because they cannot just come there and say that there is no talent there. There is talent there, is in the grassroots. There's talent.
It's talent all over the country.
But there's no exposure. So this is going to be the exposure of these young men. And we trying to call these coaches or the local coaches or even if you can reach the national team coach, because he need to be there to see the talent. You see? So that's my plan, to try to partner with the clubs that are participating in the Premier League. At least they scout 2 players in each of the event that will be holding in Kenya here. Then from there, even if they pick or scout these players, we are going to take these players to main event in Cairo. Yes, because
and you already have funding for that.
No, because we don't have funding. My foundation is a non-profit organization, and we are trying to talk with the companies, trying to look like if we can partner with the county governments, or if we can partner with the national government. So we are on that process, seeking funds to take this kind of talents to showcase in Cairo. Then we see what next.
Okay, what age group are you targeting at the moment?
We are targeting from 15 years to 21. Yeah.
Because that is the age where you should be.
Yeah, that's the age that you should be playing football. Because in football,
it's actually already a bit old, because if we're to nurture talent, we actually have to start at 8 years old.
Yeah.
But for most organizations, unless you are investing in the school system, you don't really have access to those that young.
Yeah, what I believe on is that I see people are saying like we don't have facilities, we don't have academies, but me, based on my opinion, I don't think that's the main issue that we are lacking, or that making us not to play well in Kenya, because we have clubs there, in grassroots there. Those are the clubs that Michael Olunga comes from. Those are the clubs that Dennis Oliens come from. Those are the clubs that Marega comes from. But exposure, if we have exposure enough, that's when we can get, most of our players can get out from Kenya, go play in Europe, everywhere. And this has been the main problem in our national team, because there's no any competition. Obviously, if I'm playing abroad, I just know that I will be called.
Yeah.
There is no any competition in national team, so they can't do it better. Yeah.
There's so how are you going to track these players? Because one problem we have in this country, of course, is age. A lot of age teaching is cheating. It's not a Kenyan problem. It's a whole Africa problem. Is there a way you can actually gauge the age of these players?
Yeah, with me here, I don't have how I can gauge the age. But in Cairo, there is. Once you cheat here, you are going to be dropped there.
It's true, because we see a lot of our players who are 24 years old
and
getting one injury and they can't recover despite good treatment because you've already...
Yeah, you're old.
I'm trying to be diplomatic. You're just saying...
Okay.
You're old. So what do you want from Radull, apart from a loud mouth?
From Radull, what I can say is that now we have the foundation now, and whatever we lack as a foundation is just finance and see how we can get sponsored from these corporations or companies or other organizations, because this is going to help a lot of players get job. You know, if 18 team can pick two players, that's around 32 or how much?
Who are instantly employed.
Yes, if they get contracts. So that's what we are seeking as a non-profit that is promoting sports in Kenya, and we are willing if we can meet this sports CS.
So you and half the country, yes?
Yes, because he's after sports and he likes sports.
Yeah.
Because now, being that we are trying to promote sports, trying to get funds, not just in Kenya here, but outside also, people who are in sport, who know what sport is, you know. So we can partner with the national sports, or
it's I mean, I can't speak too much about what the government is doing right now, at least under the Talanta Hela program, but it will be known over the next couple of weeks. But I can say with authority that the CS is committed to seeing that a lot of talent is scouted, and that talent is tracked and developed, and opportunities arise, because at the end of the day we are missing so many opportunities by having talent that is not you right now. If you were in any other country, even West African country, European country, you'd be a multimillionaire.
Yes,
you know, and yet in our country you're hustling like most of our footballers. It's wrong.
It's wrong. It's wrong. You can't even get a fare to go and train. You see, something like that. It's wrong. And like it's somehow, it's like if you go to West Africa, I've traveled to West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, and Senegal. You see, Senegal there, they don't have to acquire for visa to go to France. Most of Senegalese, they are direct. If you just notice that you have a talent, you just go. And these people of West Africa, they sponsor the grassroots players for this kind of trials. They sponsor, because this kind of trials, they are there. You just have to pay for your trip there, accommodations. You know, then if you know how to play, you know.
If you were in a position of power, in quotes, how would you advise our clubs to manage themselves? Because it's well and good you saying, you know what, I want the clubs to come and scout players from my tournament, but we see the same clubs struggling with what they have right now.
Yeah, the problem is that we are not going for talent. We are going for service. It's like a business that most of our clubs, they depend on. But if you are going for talent, anybody that has talent,
excuse me, sorry.
Anybody that has talent, if you give him a chance to be in the team, even he will just, you give him a chance, you expose him, he'll just pass through there if they are going to sign for professional contracts.
So you would advise clubs, go for talent, groom that talent, then sell those players and make money that way.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea at all, but I think we're a few light years away from that. Unfortunately, I remember last week or a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, when was it that Vihiga Bullets were beaten 5-0 by Gor?
Yeah.
If you know the story behind that.
I know, I understand.
If you know the story, I think at night that day, I was sending them money to go and eat because I had not eaten for 24 hours.
And you're going to play.
Huh?
And they're going to play.
This is after they played. Oh. They arrived at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
The politician who said he would fund their trip disappeared. From 2 in the morning, sat in their van.
Yeah.
3 p.m. went and played Gor Mahia, having just eaten a bit of snacks that they've found.
You've just
with money in their pockets.
You've just reminded me something.
And they were beaten 5-0. That night, they were stranded at Kasarani. I got a text here. Somebody was accommodating them in Ongatarongai, one of the players. He has family in Ongatarongai. They accommodated all 28 of them, but couldn't afford to feed them. I had to M-Pesa them so that they could go and eat. And the next morning, M-Pesa them to buy bread and tea.
And it's a club
and then fundraise for them to get back to Vihiga. And this is Premier League. You wonder about clubs hapo chini. And then you're trying to inspire people.
This is why I'm telling you.
To enter those clubs.
This is why I'm telling you that, can I ask you a simple question?
Yes.
Do we have to play for Gor Mahia or FC Leopard? Do we have to play for FC or Gor Mahia? Then if we play for them, do we have to play for them so that we go outside, or we can just take a player from grassroots to Europe?
If there's talent, they go direct.
I think if you can initiate this kind of initiative, then the clubs will manage players well. Because there will be players going outside without their assistance.
Yeah.
Because you see, politicians, they organize for a tournament. After a tournament,
and their goals are different to ours. Their goals are campaigning.
For just entertainment. Why do we have to entertain politicians every time? And that's our career. You see, and this career after life, there is life after career. There is life after career.
But even if we take players out directly, and this is not your problem, I'm just bantering with you because you're a footballer, somehow we have to strengthen our leagues.
Yes, we have to strengthen, but now, how do we want to strengthen them? I don't know if it's a financial issue, I don't know.
If maybe the wrong people are in power. Well, that's a story for another day. I want us to, let's end the interview here, but just remind us about the key dates, what we need to know, and if someone wants to come to Homa Bay, what do they need to do if they want to be in your program from is it 21st or 22nd of April?
22nd of April to 7th of May. So anyone who wants to come and he want to showcase his talent, he can just come with a blanket, see, because we have acquired for accommodation like bed.
But you must have restricted numbers, so how will you determine that somebody watching now in Mombasa will be accommodated? Is there a registration process?
Yeah, there's a registration process, and the registration process is that they are going to eat there, and we put like a small fee of 2,500 for that registration, and we are targeting like 300 players. Yeah, so now we are like 100 that have registered already. So anyone feeling like you want to showcase and you want to be the part of the trip that is going to Cairo, you can just come.
But there needs to be even scouting at that level, because then what will happen is you'll end up having people with money, not necessarily the best skills.
With me, I don't deal with money, because when I was playing, I never had that money to pay someone. So if you come with money, I can even call for you a police.
No, I'm saying with that 2,500 registration fee,
yes.
I am sure there's talent here in Kibera, there's talent in Madari, there's talent who can't afford that 2,500, but they are good. So you'll end up only getting people who can afford the 2,500 as opposed to
okay.
the best talent.
With that situation, I think we can handle it. You know, if you have a problem, you can't just say that I don't have money, so I will not go. Go there and say it's this and this and this. We are human beings. We also pass on such kind of stories. We will understand.
Yeah.
You can just
I
find.
know a lot of academies
Yeah.
here in Nairobi, like
Yeah.
the Cheza Sport in South B.
Yeah.
If you can afford, you can even pay 5,000 a month. If you're talented, they look
Yeah,
at you and tell
there's-
we will accommodate you anyway.
Yeah.
So they use those with money to help fund those without, but
Yeah.
with special talent.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining a model like that. I just want to wish you the best, David. If you're watching and you think you have good talent and you'd like to be part of the showcase in Cairo and have an opportunity to be scouted by the Sigtuna Foundation in Homa Bay,
Yeah.
go on. I've seen you on Instagram. You have a Facebook handle as
Yeah,
well.
I have.
You have a Facebook handle. I'll tag them.
Yeah.
Find out how you can get to Homa Bay towards the end of this month. Be part of that program. Possibly go to Cairo in, I believe it's in August.
August, yeah.
In August, and you could be scouted by the best in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to applaud you because doing anything for this industry needs heart and dedication because it is so thankless.
Yeah, you know, it's
Yeah.
somehow hard. Many
Yeah.
people might think that you are doing it for self-interest or maybe
Yeah.
like you want to be a politician, like you see. But with me, I really feel so bad.
You know what opportunities you
Yes,
missed
I
as
know.
a former player.
I know. When someone just take you from here and take you to Europe, you will understand. You just ask yourself, by now I should be even 10 years. I could have been a billionaire now. Because
Yeah.
those people, even if you are 15 years, they give you a professional contract with a good money.
David, keep it up. Take
Thank you.
heart. Look for him. If you have talent, make sure you're in that program at Homa Bay
Yeah.
from the
22nd April.
to the 7th of May.
Yeah.
Does somebody have to be there for the whole period?
No.
They just can come in and out for a few days?
Yeah.
Okay. And scouts and coaches, you know where to go if you want to find talent. And yeah, you could be the next Olunga. Heck,
Yeah,
you could be the next Ronaldo. Ooh-wee. Guys, thanks for watching Radull Live. Let's continue to support Kenyan sport as much as possible because this is an industry that is ready. It is ready for people to make money from this industry, but only if we do it the right way. But thanks for watching Radull Live. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.